Okay, so, oh, and Jenica's coming back in. So yeah, this is just a question and answer period about the Egg Solidarity Network platform. And I'd love to start just by hearing like what brought you to this event, and then I can kind of cater the event to the folks who attended because we have such a small group. So my name is Victoria. I'm the Farmer Network Manager at Marbleseed, and I'm kind of overseeing the back end of the platform and trying to get the word out to more organizations across the country about this tool. And we have Jenica on the call. I don't know if she can hear us yet, but she was involved with kind of the site development, and she works for Marbleseed as well. So Jenica, are you able to hear now? Maybe not. But anyways, she'll maybe be able to join with her audio soon. And yeah, I am happy to go over anything regarding the platform and just like hear about your organizations and how you guys want to be involved. So
Sweet. Do you want to go first, Lydia? Just because
I can go. Yeah. So yeah, my name's Lydia. I work for Georgia Organics. I am a farmer services coordinator. And our organization, we're a nonprofit serving farmers statewide, but we're based in Atlanta. And one of our programs is we rebranded to Go Organic, and we have services that we provide for transitioning farmers, but we found that a lot of our services didn't serve current organic growers. So we're creating the Georgia Certified Organic Network, and trying to facilitate networking between current organic growers with events, educational workshops, and marketing resources. And part of that, to like facilitate that, we're trying to use the Ag Solidarity Network as like a platform where folks can communicate with each other virtually. And we have a group created on the website, and we're like very new into the launch phase of the whole program still. So I'm just trying to see like how we can utilize this platform to the best of our ability, and really how to engage farmers to use it, because like we need them to buy into it for it to be successful. And it's really that engagement networking piece that we're really trying to hone in on, and see if this platform is, it can be that kind of house for us. So that's why I'm here, to learn more.
awesome. Yeah, we're so excited to have you involved. I think we created your group page like right before you had like a big conference going on or something.
Yeah.
So I know it's been busy. We've been busy too. So it's a good time to join and like hopefully have less pressure and like have time to learn more about the platform. So
Appreciate it.
Is it my turn, I guess? Unless Jenica, now that I can see you, are you wanting to talk at all?
Oh my gosh, now what has happened? No, you go.
Okay. So I'm Laura, and I'm a farmer in Minnesota, and I started the Vital Ground Farm Network, and that's kind of a wellness support network for basically all people around food and farming, but also specifically farmers. And I was at the Farmer Viability Convergence that Marbleseed did, and have kind of been furiously working ever since to make this a more robust thing that's mostly focused on like self-compassion, not measuring ourselves by what we produce, and some of the more kind of emotional, physical elements of caring for farmers. And that there's a practical element to all the stress that we experience in farming. And so part of what I've been doing with my team is kind of going like, do we even visit that realm, or do we just stay on the self-love and mental clarity portion, and then lift up all these resources that are available that people are already doing and are already available, and just connect people through this place of extreme stress that they're feeling, to say, be like a concierge and kind of a helpful, supportive role to say, we're here for you, we care about you, and here are a bunch of other people that care about you. And this network, the Growing Resilience kind of Google group that was part of creating this. I was kind of in on those conversations at first, and then it stopped, and I can see now why, because this was happening. So I would love to not only like infuse some of the wellness and self-care elements into this network, but also use my connection with people outside of this network to bring them in and say, there's an Ag Solidarity Network. Did you know? Come be part of this and learn about all the things that are available. So I'm also here just like solidarity is like the word of my life. I love, the spirit behind this, and I just really want to see it succeed. So I'm here for it, whatever you want.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. Jenica, are you back? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, my tech is working. Can you all hear me?
Yep.
Very good. Okay, great. Yeah, super excited, Laura and Lydia, to have you here. And thanks for sharing about why you're here and your interest in the platform. It looks like Tori gave me a little bit of an introduction in the beginning there, but yeah, my name's Jenica Caudill. I'm the Director of Development and Partnerships, previously the Director of Development and Marketing. And when I was wearing that hat was when I was helping to develop this platform, the Ag Solidarity Network. So yeah, just like a little bit about my relationship to the network. I helped choose the platform that hosts it, and then built it all out. And it was a very long process that was really collaborative. We worked with a couple other nonprofit farming organizations in the Midwest, like Artisan Grain Collaborative, Organic Farmers Association, O-Grain, to get feedback about what did a platform like this need to be able to do. What kinds of needs were not being met currently with the kind of technology that organizations like those and ours were currently using. A big one was like listservs. Listservs, there's some really active listservs out there with really robust communities, which is awesome. And like there are obvious limitations with listservs. That community building piece, the ability to like go back and reference conversations and to be able to have events, things like that. So that was like a big barrier that we wanted to break through with creating a platform like this one. And a big piece for us too is like Marbleseed not wanting to own it, but wanting this to be a collaborative space for anybody who wants to be joining and contributing to make it and making it what it is, building what needs to exist to support farmers and food workers and ag professionals and others who are working in the food and farming system. And yeah, it's very, if there's anything in the network that you are wishing that was different, if there are different like filtering options that you'd like to see, let us know. I heard Lydia, you say also that like one of the concerns or curiosities is like, how do we get more farmers onto the platform so that it can really like be that robust network that we want it to be and do all the community building that we foresee as possible here. And I think a big, sorry, I'm getting all these notifications on my computer right now. I think a big piece too is like when people get on, like making sure that they're filling out their profiles, really encouraging that, because that is gonna, like for me, the people directory is the most exciting thing. And the people directory works best when everybody's filling out their profiles with like what skills they're bringing to the table, what skills they want to learn more about, because the ability to then like find each other and learn from each other is greatly increased. But yeah, I guess I'll stop talking now. I feel like I've been talking for a while, but that's who I am.
Thank you, Jenica. Yeah, Jenica did some amazing work in bringing this platform to life. And then I started in September, and I've been promoting it like throughout conference season. And then this is the first like official launch, like virtual launch week we've had, really trying to drive traffic to the site. We had a social media kit, and then we have these events planned throughout the week. And I'm going to do a challenge, speaking to your building out a profile thing. So every day I'm going to post like a different challenge. So today's challenge is going to be to build your profile out better. Cause that's like, I mean, it's been like enough, like just getting people to the site, but then yeah, building the profile and using the tool to its best capacity is the next challenge. And like Jenica said, we want this to be a collaborative space, and like I don't have like enough time to like be the person like spreading the word throughout the country about this platform. So I'm so excited when other partner organizations want to join and like kind of use the tool as well, and like of what like the power that can be built through this platform to support the regenerative and organic egg community. And like you said, Laura, like the wellness piece and any sort of like topical area group can be formed here, and like conversations can be had. I know we actually have a growing wellness group right now, and it's been underutilized because of like it was started through a grant that Marbleseed had, and then we had like some transition in leadership in that space. And so like farmers need like what like wellness and like self-love and self-compassion support all the time, regardless of what grants we have available and all of this. So I'm so glad to hear you're being like a champion in that space right now, and we would love to like plug you into that group or however you want like the networking on the ASN to look for that sort of conversation to happen. Yeah.
If I could just build on one thing too, Tori, I heard you say like, you know, you can't be the only person who's like out there talking about it, and that like, yes, we want this to be a collaborative space. We don't want to own this solely, you know, we want this to be a thing that all of us are working on. And I think a big piece of that too, and in the success piece of getting farmers on the network and using it is like if you are a group admin, that like you take that authority on your own to like be doing that, like spreading the word about the platform, and that you're like hosting events in your network or community conversations, in your group, community conversations and things like that to drive that traffic to your group, and to use this tool, this platform to support your work in the way that you're visualizing that it can.
Yep. So I see Sherry, you just joined. You're welcome to introduce yourself if you want. We have quite a small group, but also no pressure either way. We were just kind of introducing ourselves, and we talked a little bit about the like power the platform has, and to use it as a tool to connect the regenerative egg community. And I'm going to go into like a little overview of the platform, just like the tools and functionalities. And then you guys can ask specific questions that you might have. So I don't know, Sherry, do you want to introduce yourself? I'm not sure if your audio is working, but you are off mute. So now I don't think your audio is working. So I'll just keep going, and then you can feel free to jump in if it ends up working out. I guess just to start, because I'll go on a general overview of the page, like the different pages and functionalities, but does anyone have any like specific questions I could like focus more on just to start? Okay, sounds good. And then I should ask too, just like how much time have you spent on the space, like just so I have a sense for like, I mean, obviously you're on there right now, so you know what it generally looks like, but
I would say I've spent a cumulative amount of 30 to 45 minutes.
okay.
I've probably spent maybe an hour and a half. I was kind of poking around and trying to figure out what was happening a few times, probably for 30 minutes each time.
Okay.
And building my profile. Hopefully it's good enough.
Awesome. And then Sherry, if you're able to, you can let us know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep rolling. And also, because you joined late, Sherry, just so you know, I am recording this. Oh, and I see your audio. I see your audio is not working well in the chat, so that's just totally fine. I'm gonna go to my screen share. Share. I'm just going to expand this. Alrighty, so can everybody see just the live feed of the Egg Solidarity Network page? Okay, awesome. So this is kind of like the home page after you've logged into the site, and it functions very similar to like the Facebook live feed page, where like you can share a post about what your thoughts are. You can share if you're planning a trip. You can share an event here, and then they also, every time a new member joins, their name populates on the live feed. You can see I posted this morning just about this event. When someone posts an event, it also appears on this page. Opportunities as well. So this is a opportunity to have a job with the Seed Savers Exchange in Iowa. And so on and so forth. And then there's upcoming events tab on the side that just stays there as well. And then recently I made this web page using like the web designer in the back end, which is just a welcome page, kind of trying to provide a little bit more guidance for new members. So what the Egg Solidarity Network is all about, which is staying connected to farm folks, it's extending your network, sharing your experiences and building power. And then this part just goes over some of the main features of the site. So the events that you can, like any member can create and share an event, and then you can also find events there. And then the people directory, you can search for farmers in your area, or you can search by interest and skills and more. And that's what Jenica was referring to with like building out your profile. The better the profiles are built out, the more you can search and filter members by. Oh yeah, no ads, more rad. Awesome. And then groups, there's right now I think around 30 different groups. And if anyone wants to start a group, they can. We just have to get them group admin capabilities, and it just requires like a meeting with me and a little bit of training. But then you can also join groups. And yeah, that's how you get to that page. And then opportunities are like Seed Savers often post jobs, other farmers and organizations within the regenerative egg space post jobs, and it's free to post jobs and opportunities, and then also classifieds. All of it is free. So yeah, right now we have, I should have probably updated this right before this event, but we have probably more than 600 members now that are actively using the site. And then we have between 20 and 30 groups. And the site was launched in like a little over a year ago, and we've had over 300 events and opportunities posted since then. So what to encourage folks to do when they join the site: they should complete their profile, join the groups that interest them. Some groups are private and some are public. So sometimes when you select join a group, you are just automatically admitted to the group. And if it's a private group, the email will get sent to the group admin, and then they'll admit you. So it just takes one more step. And then creating a post on the live feed to introduce yourself. I mentioned earlier, during this week, I'm going to have a challenge every day. So tomorrow's challenge will be introduce yourself. So hopefully we get a lot of those. And yeah, these are upcoming events full of launch week events for the week. If you have questions, we can help. This is our just like general support email. And then you can also submit a help desk ticket, which is a form that will go to this email. Alrighty, so I went over the live feed and then the people directory. So we loved this feature, and Jenica could probably speak even more to it when she was like looking at what platform to use for this Egg Solidarity Network. We really wanted to have a feature like this where you can see who's part of the network and what they're all about, and if they're in your area, and yeah, how to connect with people. So that is how this was one of the highlights of this HiveWrite platform. So
can you show that filters function on there too?
Yep. So you can search by filters, and like the filters are questions within the profiles you create. So you can filter by what types of farm products they produce. You can filter by if they're a food system professional, which type of food system professional. Are you a seed supplier? Are you a retailer? Are you part of an advocacy or resource organization? Things like that. Production practices, you can see who all is certified organic on here, who's farming organically but not interested in certification, who's transitioning, who's conventional but curious. That's a cute one. And then for interests, yeah, it's a whole wide range of things within the organic egg space. So we have interests in cover crops, interests in farm business management, flowers and herbs, fruits, livestock, lending, access to capital, land access. We can always add more filters, as Jenica mentioned in the beginning. This was just kind of the ones we started with. You can filter by farm size and then farm holding. So are you an owner, a leaser, or a farmland seeker? And I'm gonna just try one out. So who has an interest in land access? 17 users. So then, yeah, you can see, wow, all these people are interested in accessing land. And yeah, maybe you're searching because you have some land, and then you could send a direct chat to someone, like, let's say Alex. Alex is on our staff. So you could go to their profile. You can see a little bit more about them. So Alex is the farmer education manager at Marbleseed. He's involved in indigenous food sovereignty. And if you're a landowner, you might be thinking, wow, I would love this person to buy my land. So you might say, I'm going to send them a message. So this is just demonstrating the direct chat feature. This will bring you to the direct chat. And you can say, let's see if it'll load. Having a little bit of needing some time. Okay, so yeah, this is my chat with Alex. And I could write, hey, would you like to buy my land? But I don't have any land, I'm renting. So that's just an example. But I think the direct chat is a great way to connect with people. And as you can see, I've been using it a lot. Okay, so that's the people directory. Does anyone have any questions? So far, so good. Okay. So then I'll go over to the groups. So there's somewhere between 20 and 30 groups. It looks like it's closer to 30. And there's different levels of activity on each group, but it's something we really want to focus on building more through the summer, is just like having more activity within the group pages. So let's see, which group should I use an example? I mean, the Fair Farms group just started, but I know it's open now. And so this was an organization that reached out and they wanted to find a spot like this. They didn't want to be on Facebook for their group, and they wanted a place for multiple organization or people from all over the place, no matter what organization, to come together and talk about fair farms. So we were able to create a site for them. And I think he just made it public like last week. So it's pretty new. There's just a few users, but this is how the group pages generally look. So you have like a similar live feed to the main page's live feed where anyone from the group can post, and then a little bit about the group and its partners. And then they added all these links to other projects that they've been working on and the people who join the group might be interested in. And then you can go to see who the other members are once you're a member. So right now, it's a small and mighty group of 4. I joined it this morning. And then the events, they haven't had any events yet, but they're brand new, but they could post events to here. And since they're a public group, the events they post here also populate the public event page. they can post news articles or highlights. This media center, you can upload files like audio files, PowerPoints, videos, anything like that, that maybe you had an event and you recorded it and you want to post it here for people to see. Or you could post like meeting minutes if you're a group that meets a lot. And then the forum is a place to have like topic-based discussions. So anyone can start a new discussion. You could say you wanted to have a discussion about fair trade or something. And since there's no discussions, I would start a new discussion. And then, yeah, you would just put it in the subject. You can add an image if you want. And then the category of fair trade. The groups create their own categories, I think. I think it could be a labor practices discussion. And then you just write your description and then that would get posted and people can respond to that thread. So that's kind of.
Yeah, if I can just add a little bit. Yes, so group administrators can create their own categories, and this is another thing that I feel excited about in terms of like building on like where there are some limitations in listservs. The forum has like, it's going to keep all the conversations that have happened in that space, but whatever point that you come into it, if I'm a new user in a group and let's say there's already been like 4 months of conversations that I haven't been a part of yet, and I'm looking for something on whatever, seed saving. If there's a category over there that says seed saving, I can click on that and it's going to filter all of those conversations that just are ones that have been tagged as being about that category. So that's a really great way to just like fine tune the kinds of information that you want folks in your group to be able to find, is to utilize that categories function in the forum. And then also for the media center, I like to think of it as like a library. So if there are resources, that you want specifically for folks who are in your group, this is a great place to put them. There is a media center option for the whole platform. We haven't built it out yet. We're still thinking about like what is the best way to use this and have it be differentiated from what kinds of what's sort of looking for resources would be available in specific groups, but just wanted to share that as well.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So things that are posted in the forum, like if somebody created like a new like discussion thread, would that notification, like would folks get notified about that, and would it too show up in the live feed as somebody posted a new thread?
Yeah, so I know that if you're a member of the group, this is the notifications little icon. You would get a notification here if like you're a member of the group. I'm not 100% sure if it goes to the live feed from the group. Jenica, did you know?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it does, but I'm fairly sure that you also in your depending on what your settings are for like your emails that you get that give like the rundown of what's been happening on the platform since last time you logged on. I think they're like automatically sent out on a weekly basis, but I'm pretty sure that there's updates on new forum posts for the groups that you have joined.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's for like also if like somebody adds a comment to a forum discussion that like you participated in or something.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I think we, like I said, we haven't had a ton of group activity, so a little bit more testing is needed. But yeah, I know that like any group you're part of, if there's activity on that group, it will show up in your notifications on the site like when you log in. So the notifications part will be like highlighted. And then, I'm pretty sure you'll get it through the email as well. Depending on, you can sign up for daily or weekly emails. So it just depends on that. Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Alrighty. Any other questions while we're in the groups section? Okay, I'm gonna keep going. The classifieds. Right now, I don't know what we have on here for classifieds, but and
the classifieds page is technically, it's a forum page. So this is what the forum looks like when there's conversations happening on it and there's the category function. That's what it looks like.
Yep. So we kind of like repurposed it for a free spot for farmers to post classifieds. this could also be revisited if we feel like we want to have like on the main site a place for forum discussions. But it looks like we've had some farmers using it for classifieds. We haven't had a lot of responses, but there's been some likes. So yeah, you can post what sorts of things you're selling, if it's a wanted, for sale, land for lease, what category it falls in, and then people can comment on the post that you make, or they could just choose to direct message you. Any questions on the classifieds? That's pretty easy. Okay, and then events. So like I said, anyone can post an event. If you are a group admin, like it's not like Georgia Organics has a group now, the event page, like the event page you use to upload the event, like the form, is a little bit more built out for admin than it is just for like a general user. But this is what it would look like for a general user to create an event. Except for it might not actually, because I'm an admin now that I'm thinking. Oh yeah, no, this is what it looks like. So it's just a very simple form that the general users have. They can have a picture, message, and then just the name, date, start time, and time zone. So that's the very basic looking event. And like I said, if you have a group that you're administering, you'd have access to a little bit more options within producing your event, including this option of doing Zoom integration, which is where the event pops up right on the event page through HiveWrite.
Something I'd like to add too about creating an event that I am especially excited about is that, so after you fill out your basic event details on that page that Tori just showed, you then on the next page have the ability to target users on the platform based on those same filter settings that folks have used in building out their profiles. So if you're having an event about land access and you want people who are transitioning off of their land or who are seeking land to be attending, then you can notify people on the platform who have indicated that in their platform. If it's like an in-person event, you can also give like a certain mile radius of people who are within that range to notify them about that event that's happening. Yeah.
I want to see that. I didn't actually know that.
Oh yeah, it's cool.
That's
There is
awesome.
one filter setting that is like programmed into the platform automatically that we can't change. So if you see one that like populates options like I don't know, banks and I don't know, there's some industrial something, I don't know, there's some bizarre options that are within this one filter function that we can't remove, but all the other ones are connected to profiles.
I'm gonna try this just to see.
Perfect.
So after you press publish,
Oh, notify people.
notify people. Okay, so
Yeah.
you click notify people. Oh yeah, nice. Wow. See, I'm learning something new every day too. I've only been working on this platform since September. So, oh yeah, industries maybe.
Oh yeah, I think it's industries.
Yeah. So I would want to notify people by their interest in agroecology. Cool. And then you can just select all those people. Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm not going to do it, but awesome. Okay. Thank you, Jenica.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Any other questions about creating an event? I'll go back to this and I'll just show you a couple events. So there's an event happening right now. Then this one's organized by Fair Share. Let's see. I might be like overwhelming the site by being in an event and looking at an event that's happening at the same time. We'll see. And also my computer is very slow because my other computer crashed. So this isn't like normal for everyone. Okay, so this is an event that was just created through the simple event form. And they're hosting it through Zoom. So yeah, they just included the date and time, details about the event, and how to join the event. It's pretty simple. And then I'll show you another one of our events. This Thursday night, we're having just a little roses and thorns sessions with farmers just to hear what's going well and what's not going well on your farm. And this one will be hosted through the Zoom integration, just like this event. So I'll just show you what that looks like. You all have seen events at this point, but let's just let this load. Okay, so yeah, I have registered for this event, and since it's through the Zoom integration, this countdown shows up to tell me when the event's going to start. And then we just have a brief description here. And then because I have RSVP'd yes to attending this event, once the countdown is done, then the Zoom screen will pop up and the event will get started.
One other thing to add as well about events is that if you've created, after you've created an event, when you're building out this little page that we're looking at here that has all the event information on it, if there is, well, Tori, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's the ability to add more tabs to your event. So let's say that there's like additional information that you want people to read ahead of the event or that you want them to have on hand during the event, you can build out these additional tabs. So it's like one tab, the first tab will have this basic information about the event, and then you can build out subsequent tabs that have, you know, if you want like to create a worksheet or something, it would like populate on the next tab.
Yeah, and I think that's right. I have not done that, but I know like as long as you're an admin, like not just as a general user, but as an admin, you would be able to.
Oh, yes, I should differentiate. Yeah. That would be something for admins to be able to do, not for general users.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so that's events in general. Oh, looks like we have one more person joining. Does anyone have any event questions? Hi, Kevin. I don't know if you can hear us, but we're a small group. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, feel free. We're just going over different features of the site. Okay, so I'm just going to keep rolling, but Kevin, feel free to jump in. We're almost through the different tabs, and then we'll just open it up for a question and answer. So the opportunities page, it's for posting jobs and like opportunities on farms, internships, that sort of thing. So right now is like a pretty busy time for hiring. It looks like we have quite a few jobs that have been posted in the past month. The Savannah Institute is hiring, the Regenerative Egg Alliance, Fair Share, Salvatierra Farms. So I know, because I've looked for a lot of farm jobs, I know there's a lot of different sites you can go to, Good Food Jobs, and just different sites, but this one is free. Hopefully as this site continues to grow, more people will gravitate towards finding jobs here. And it's pretty easy for employers to post something, because I know a lot of other sites have like a fee or something. So yeah, this is an example of what a job could look like on here. And it looks like they uploaded the job description, and there's a button to apply now. Oh, so you can apply directly through the site by uploading your resume. And then where will it go? I think I haven't used this very much, I have to admit, but they must have inputted the contact information for the job here, and then it would just get sent to them. Yeah. Did you know that, Jenica?
I haven't used this function in a while, but I do believe, yeah, you can create the setting to either receive it through here, yeah, or to just like have it forward to another website.
Pretty awesome. So yeah, they have this option to apply right here. And then they also have the email for applying and the email for questions in this description. So that's an example of an opportunity. Does anyone have questions about opportunities? Alrighty. And then the help desk is just a place to go where we have a few tutorial videos and then also that form that was also on the welcome page. If you need help with anything, and you can submit a ticket through that form and we'll get back to you right away. The event or the tutorials we have so far are just about how the people directory works, how to create an event, and updating your profile. And then I have a few frequently asked questions here, but always working to add to this list and just get people's questions answered. And then just to go over these icons on the top, there's this is how you get to the direct chat. And you could start a chat with anyone on the platform. And then the notifications bell, this is very similar to Facebook as well, where like anything new that happens that's relevant for you would get put on your notifications. You can share your location. I don't know that many people have used that, but if you're like traveling and wanting to connect with folks in your area, you can just share your location there. And then the plus button, I've come to this page before. It's like the share button. So what do you want to share? Do you want to write a post? Do you want to share a trip, an opportunity, an event, your location? You can get to all of those through the plus button. And then just in terms of your own profile, you can look at your profile by clicking here. You can see your recent posts, who your favorite people are, if you've favorited anyone, the events that you've attended, and then your settings, all of that stuff. So I'll just jump to my profile in case there's anything to discuss.
And in your settings is also where you can change your language preferences. So if you speak Spanish and you want the platform to be in Spanish, you can choose that there. Right now the platform has Spanish and English available, but are hoping to have more language options available in the future, especially also as the platform's ability to translate text on here continues to grow and be more robust.
Yep. And this is just an example of a profile or where you would go to edit your profile. Laura, it sounds like you've already done some of this, which is awesome. But some folks have just like created like their account with like this top information and still need to go in and edit their profile. I could even do a better job editing my profile, but yeah, this is where you do it. You click edit and you can add to all of these. Yeah, another feature of the site that we haven't like fully launched yet is this projects feature, which could be its own tab on the site if like multiple organizations or folks are involved in a project. We could have a projects page with where people post a project and like what stage in the project that we're at, and then folks can join in or provide feedback, that sort of thing. But that one still we haven't made public yet because we haven't like exactly figured out how we're gonna use it or who wants to use it, that sort of thing. So now, unless anyone has any like site specific questions or wants me to show them anything, I can stop sharing my screen. But does anyone have questions before I do that?
Okay, I was trying to get my audio to work. Sorry.
No problem.
As far as the help desk goes, is that if we submit a ticket, a help desk ticket, it could be anything, and someone would follow up with us?
Yeah, and that person is, yep.
Okay.
That person is me. I'm happy to help with anything.
Okay.
And yeah, I haven't actually gotten a lot of tickets submitted recently. But yeah, we're here to help you navigate the site and however you want to use the site. Yeah.
Sweet.
This is what the ticket looks like. Anything else? Okay, awesome. I will stop sharing my screen. And then we have, it looks like 8 more minutes. So this hour went by fast. So if you guys have any other questions, we're here for it. And then, like I said, I can put my contact information, just like my direct email, in the chat too. It sounds like, at least for Lydia and Laura, you might be taking more of a leadership role on the site. So like if you're interested in starting a group, or I know Georgia Organics already has one, you have questions about being a group admin, or just anything about like the site functionality. I'm always learning, and HiveRite is sending me updates as they update the platform as well. So it's going to be like a constantly evolving process. And yeah, we're hoping just to keep welcoming more people in and making it a tool that's useful for as many folks as possible. So that's my email.
So I have a question about like when people join a group. So can it happen either way, where like you have, like if I have a farmer's email, they're interested in joining, I can invite them to the group and then they would just create a profile, or do they already have to have a profile created like through ASN to then join the group?
So you can upload a list of contacts and email an invite to the platform from that list. So even if people aren't members yet, you could send them an invitation to the platform. One caveat to that is, like, while you can do that here within the platform, it is possible that that email could get caught in a spam filter because they've never received anything from info@agsolidaritynetwork.com. So you could inform the folks ahead of time, like, hey, you're going to be getting an email from me via this new platform, so save it to your contacts or be on the lookout for it. Otherwise, to get through that filter issue, you could just send the link and encourage people to sign up from the outset via a direct email to everybody.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
And then when you do create it on the platform, I believe also that you can, like the same way that you can target users on the platform for events, I'm fairly positive you can do that also for groups. So if you want to inform other users on the platform who have identified themselves as vegetable producers that this group exists and you're inviting them to it, then you could do that also.
Yep. And yeah, that's one thing, like even in organizing this week, like to share a link for an event that you're having, like the folks need to be logged in to view the link. So like I've been sharing the link for like the ASN launch week page, but like the first step for people to like really interact with like the bulk of the platform, there is I didn't show anyone this yet, but there is like a page before you log in that you get to see like the welcome page and just like information about joining the site. But for the bulk of the platform, you have to be logged in to participate. So that includes events and groups. Like you can't just send like a link to your group and then if the person doesn't have a login already, they won't be able to see that link until they're logged in. So
Okay.
And something
Gotcha.
I'm thinking about right now that would be really helpful for us to create, Tori, would be, if we don't already have this, is like a standard promo kit to give to group admins after they've created their group so that they can have some sample language to pull from. so that like order of operations is like already set, and then there's no like guesswork on the part of the new administrator. So that was one thing I wanted to share. And the other thing I wanted to share that we forgot to mention earlier is that there is an app. So there's an app for Apple and Android devices. There's the ability for push notifications. These are used judiciously. So Marbleseed, for example, is not going to be like spamming all the users on the Ag Solidarity Network about like something that is pertinent just to our organization. But the idea for push notifications is to activate these for the use of like policy issues. So if there's like a petition that would be helpful for folks to sign, or if there's a listening session that's happening, those kinds of things to get that like large scale buy-in and activation of this community of farmers and food system professionals. And then also something that I think is really exciting about the app is that like if I'm in a group, like let's say that I have a question about like some weed that I'm finding on my farm or like a pest, and I haven't seen it before, and I'm wondering if anybody else has or how they've dealt with it on their farm. Like you can snap a picture with your phone, upload it to like the group that you're involved in or onto that like just general platform news feed, and immediately solicit information from folks around. So
yeah, thank you for remembering the app. The app is great and it is super easy to use. It's very similar looking to the desktop version. And if you go to the welcome page or you're just on the like page before you log in, there's links to both the app for Android and iOS operating systems. And so, yeah, we think that's great, especially for farmers like who are on the go most of the time, not wanting to be stuck behind their computer. Yeah, you can participate from the field and wherever you are.
And if you want to listen, like let's say that you've got a group that some of the resources that you've added to your media center in there are like audio or video resources. It's super easy for folks who are on their mobile devices to just like put in their headphones while they're working anywhere and listen to those resources that are provided by your group.
Yeah. Do either of you have the app yet?
I do not.
Okay.
All
well,
right.
hopefully we can convince you.
Search Ag Solidarity Network.
Yep.
You can make that one of your challenges for the week.
Yes,
absolutely.
I did have another question as well. Have y'all, I know like the platform's pretty new and like the groups are just like starting to get going, but maybe y'all just have like ideas for how to like engage more folks. Like, do you think like as like an admin, like if you like post like once a week, like a discussion starter kind of thing to like engage, or like, I don't know, how do you plan on like, incentivizing people to like buy into it?
Just like you said, posting on a regular basis to incentivize conversation is a big one. Also making sure that as a group admin, you have notifications turned on for yourself to receive notifications when users have posted questions. I think that is an area that we need to grow in also in our, in getting our organic specialists, on the platform regularly to answer questions that are coming in through that group, for example. But timely responses to questions when they come in, prompts on a regular basis, maybe hosting like a monthly event or community conversation or something to that effect would be helpful. I think on the part of Marbleseed, also doing like submitting for like workshop presentations at other conferences to give a presentation kind of like this that says like, hey, this is what this platform is, this is what it can do, this is why you should join. Up until this point, I know Tori, you've been going to other events and tabling, and I know that that's been helpful, but I think just continuing and on our end, continuing that like marketing effort.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate the feedback.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I have been like reaching out to group admin over the past couple of months and like reminding them like, please make a post like at least once a week and just like visit the page and try to get that energy going. And like Danica said, like if you have monthly conversations, like making it a space where you're really building relationships, rather than just a site that you might think to go to every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just like any other social networking platform. You need that user-generated content in order for it to be successful. And yeah, as administrators, it's our responsibility to help encourage that.
Yeah, and then there's also like if you have someone that's already really active and engaged on the ASN, like kind of like supporting like champions on your own group page, to like keep conversations going and stuff like that. That's a really good idea because there's some people that it's just like they love this sort of stuff, and like to be able to empower them to take like a leadership role within your group.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we're having like our first like virtual networking event for GCon. So like just when I'm gonna be like pitching this platform to the folks on the call, but we're like trying to like just brainstorm how to like get people to even just like sign on to it to pilot it. And we're gonna like incentivize like giving like 100 like packaging boxes to the like first 15 farmers that sign up basically, and seeing if like that helps like generate that momentum. So.
Yeah, and I can send like language around joining this site. Like Jenica mentioned, having a promo kit should already have that, but I have like had to explain it in various ways. So I can consolidate that information and send it, so you're not like reinventing the wheel to explain to your folks how to get on and all that. Yeah.
I'll drop my email in the chat.
Okay, awesome.
I know you were I think in contact with Meg from our organization. Yeah, it's our stuff has transitioned, so I'm like taking over the GCon stuff now. So yeah, if y'all ever need to poke us about the group, you can email me.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And what's so awesome too about having a group for a virtual event like that is that like you can start to build momentum before the event happens for folks to like get connected, and then also after the event as well, so that like any connections that are made or interest and momentum around like the conversations that were had there don't just like stop after the event ends, but continue, and those like relationships between people who are there get to continue as well.
All right, awesome. Well, we're a little bit past time. I'm just looking at my notes, make sure I don't forget anything. I guess just wanting to encourage everyone to stay involved, and I'm gonna share a link to the other events happening throughout the week in case you're interested in joining. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. I'm just gonna drop this in the chat. There we go. So yeah, we have 1 or 2 events each day throughout this week, and I'm going to be posting challenges on the live feed as well. So feel free to participate and share as much as you can.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Nice afternoon.
Appreciate
Nice to meet you, Lydia.
Nice meeting you too. And everyone else.
And everyone, Jenica, Victoria, Kevin.
All right, bye all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.